Hello everyone, and welcome to the final video of my walkthrough for Sherlock Holmes and the Hound of the Baskervilles. We've only got 3 rooms left. This is a puzzle, so I think with this puzzle what we want to do is get... It's a puzzle where we slide things around. You want to slide things around just to try to fill up the entire board. But most likely you'll get yourself stuck in a situation like this, where it's like, well, I can't put any pieces into place. So what you want to do is start with these top 2 ones, and they slide to these far ones. So it's going to look sort of like this. Something like that, where I got the top 2 ones, they filled in these bottom place ones, those 2, right? And then I filled in the top 2. So I'm sort of just, you know, clearing off these ones. So now I'm going to take these 2 pieces and fill those bottom spots. Yep, and then I just fill the 2 remaining spots. Doesn't really matter what order you do those things in, but I mean, it kind of matters the order that you do those things in. Whatever, we get a meteorite, we're finished with this place. Guess what? We found all the elements of the ritual.
The plan we found in the manor corresponds exactly to this place. We only have to follow the instructions to summon the Hound.
And once it's here, how are we going to get rid of it? We know that we have to use the medallion against it, but how?
Do not bother us with details, Watson. We will know when the time comes. In any case, we must find all elements needed for the invocation.
Are you crazy, Sherlock Holmes? Don't bother us with petty details like, how are we not going to be killed by this giant dog? Pfft, who cares about stuff like that, Watson? Okay, so we've got to put everything in place. So, following the plans, we put the meteorite and the Hound's blood into place, and now we just throw all of these pieces onto the board. So all these jewels for the medallion, we're just going to throw them into place. And done. I think that should be it. Excellent. So the Hound is summoned, it steps into the ring, and it's immediately destroyed by the medallion.
I can't believe my eyes.
Believe it, Henry.
The monstrous animal has been reduced to ashes.
Dust swept like the wind, like the curse also dissipated.
The curse is gone.
You're out of danger, Sir Henry.
What a night, my friends. No doubt it will remain etched in my memory for the rest of my life. Holmes, Dr. Watson, how can I possibly thank you? You've done so much for my family.
No need to thank us, Henry. I will spend the next few weeks reconstructing the events of this adventure and trying to find a logical link. However, for me, this work of analysis is already a reward.
Yes, it was so much fun finding random hidden objects all over your house and undoing the curses on the portraits. It was wonderful.
Well, my friends, if you do not mind, I would not be unhappy to return to our good old city of London. For my part, my reward will be a cup of decent tea and a good day off.
Bravo! You just completed the game in hard mode. Look at you, genius! You're the greatest detective! Yeah! I am the greatest detective. Awesome. Did you know you watched all the movies without skipping? You are a movie fan! Woo! So I'm a detective and a movie fan. 2 weeks later...
He will be here soon.
I'm looking forward to seeing him again.
My friends, what a pleasure to see you again.
We are glad to see you too, Henry. Plus, I think that you have a surprise for us.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, it's impossible to surprise you, but perhaps a small clue would be useful. It is a testimony of my gratitude after what you have done for my family.
But, Sir Henry, to solve the Baskervilles case was indeed the most delightful reward for a detective like me.
Anyway, let me introduce my gift.
Introduce?
My dear Holmes, let me present to you the terrible Hound of the Baskervilles.
Aww, it's a cute puppy. Aww, you got a puppy. Sherlock looks very surprised. He's not quite sure if you should be happy or not. He's like, what is this? Okay, whatever. I'll give it a little pet on the head. Okay. So, that is it for Sherlock Holmes and the Hound of the Baskervilles. Remember towards the start of the game when Sherlock said, "Don't worry, I'm sure there's a logical explanation for how we've traveled back in time 160 years." What happened to that? Where was the logical explanation? Did we ever get one? No, it's just curses are real, time travel is real. I think that was it. The game was sort of making you think that, oh, Sherlock would come up with a long, logical explanation for how the Hound is not real. How somebody's just taking the Hound and dressing it up with, I don't know, radon or some other glow-in-the-dark paint in order to make it seem like it's a ghost dog when really it's not. Really, you know, I was expecting an explanation like that, something along the lines of the book, because I think that's the solution of the book. The dog was just wearing glow-in-the-dark paint. It was a bit more complicated than that, but anyway, yes. So I feel kind of let down that we didn't actually learn. Well, I mean, I guess the story is that the ghost dog is real, and it was just came as a result of Great-Grandpa Hugo being an evil villain who dabbled in demonic witchcraft and sorcery and cursed his family forever with the dog until we found Hugo's medallion and used the medallion to destroy the dog. Presumably he used the medallion to summon the dog in the first place. Yeah, they kind of mentioned there was some sort of like love triangle going on with Hugo. Like, Hugo killed his own wife, but then the dog killed him? Which is confusing, because I just explained how the dog was created by him. It could be that, you know, he created the ghost dog and the dog killed him. You know, that, I guess that makes sense. You know, it's sort of like the chicken's coming home to roost is how the phrase goes, I believe. It's like, he kind of got what he deserved. It's like, oh, I'm going to create an evil ghost dog to kill my enemies. Wait, no, ghost dog, don't bite me, no! Oh. So, anyway, I'm rambling at this point to make this video a little longer, just because I think a 3-minute video would be kind of weird. So, overall, this game, I guess, was okay. Towards the end, I didn't really enjoy it. The endgame thing with trying to get Charles, basically what happened is, okay, we went to this new room and we solved a hidden objects challenge and then put like 2 things in place, then another hidden objects challenge. There were like 5 or so hidden objects challenges in the previous video. Actually, I think there were like 4. Yeah, and that's not including another hidden objects challenge in the video before that, which was in like the gate. So as soon as we got outside of Baskerville Manor, we had 5 hidden objects challenges across 3 different screens, and that was a bit too much because we didn't get to go to any other screens, really, except the one you saw at the very start of this video when I was like in the attic trying to, you know, move the tiles around. So, I would say that that ending is just, the ending doesn't really fit the game. It's the ending challenge, I'm getting tongue-tied. Anyway, the ending doesn't really fit the game in the sense that, wow, we don't get an explanation for the ghost dog. It's just, hey, ghost dogs are real, deal with it. And we don't get, and then we don't have much fun because we just have hidden object challenge after hidden object challenge after hidden object challenge after hidden object challenge with basically no break in between the various hidden objects challenges. So that's what made the end game section less than thrilling to me. I think if the game had come up with a cool explanation and maybe like a better end game, then I would have preferred that much better, and then I would give the game a much higher rating. As it is, I just feel a little let down by the ending of the game. So, you know, overall it was an interesting game. I kind of like the concept of going back in time and, you know, having magical powers. That was really kind of interesting. We didn't get to use some of them, like telekinesis was used in the one room and then nowhere else, basically. So telekinesis was underused. But overall, it's an okay game. It's got an interesting concept. It's kind of weighed down by a terrible ending, but it is really dark and scary, so I will give the game credit for that. Okay, so, well, that's it for me. Thank you for watching me play Sherlock Holmes and the Hound of the Baskervilles. I've played other Sherlock Holmes games, so if you want to hear more of me babbling while Sherlock solves mysteries, you can do that. You can do that if you really, really want.